The Senate will now be in session. All rise for the arrival of the Honorable Senate President and the Senators of the Republic of the Philippines.
The Senate approved on third and final reading the proposed Basic Education, Mental Health, and Well-being Promotion Act, which calls for an effective schools-based mental health program in the country. Senators also gave their final nod to the proposed Philippine Salt Industry Development Act. The measure seeks to revitalize the local salt industry through programs aiding stakeholders. Senator Cynthia Villar sponsored Senate Bill No. 2432, which proposes stiffer penalties for agriculture economic sabotage. The bill identifies the crimes of agricultural smuggling, profiteering, hoarding, and cartels as economic sabotage. Senate President pro tempore Loren Legarda sponsored Senate Bill No. 2439, which seeks to institutionalize the Philippine Ecosystem and Natural Capital Accounting System, or PENCAS. Senator Jinggoy Ejercito Estrada called for protection for the key witness in the Chamber's ongoing probe on the alleged abuse of a housemaid in Oriental Mindoro. In a privileged speech, Estrada raised alarm over the failed ambush of alias Dodong, a witness of the torture suffered by Elvie Vergara at the hands of her employers. The Commission on Appointments approved the ad interim appointments and nominations of Defense Secretary Gilberto Gibo Chodoro Jr., 11 Armed Forces of the Philippines generals and senior officers, 3 Foreign Service officials, and Erlinda Piñera Uy as the representative of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines to the Judicial and Bar Council. The Senate continued the committee deliberations on the proposed 2024 budgets of government agencies. Department of Migrant Workers, 15.3 billion pesos. National Commission for Culture and the Arts, 37.57 million pesos. National Library of the Philippines, 177.15 million pesos. National Historical Commission of the Philippines, 250.78 million pesos. National Archives of the Philippines, 666.03 million pesos. Cultural Center of the Philippines, 357.15 million pesos. Commission on the Filipino Language, 73.3 million pesos. Commission on Filipinos Overseas, 157.9 million pesos. Philippine Postal Corporation, 5.3 billion pesos. Philippine Space Agency, 1.6 billion pesos. Department of Transportation and its attached agencies, 214.3 billion pesos. Philippine Sports Commission, 210.4 million pesos. Games and Amusement Board, 147.2 million pesos. Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, 15.2 billion pesos. Commission on Elections, 27.3 billion pesos. Credit Information Corporation, 267.3 million pesos. Philippine Competition Commission, 465.05 million pesos. Climate Change Commission, 137.6 million pesos. And Cooperative Development Authority, 1.3 billion pesos. The Committee on Cultural Communities and Muslim Affairs studied the development of the local halal industry and a proposal to declare a National Day of Awareness of Religious and Traditional Garments and Attire. Government officials and agencies briefed lawmakers on the implementation of the Marawi Siege Victims Compensation Act of 2022 during the meeting of the Joint Congressional Oversight Committee on the Law. Senators asked defense officials and maritime experts on the situation in the West Philippine Sea in relation to China's actions against members of the Philippine Coast Guard and Filipino fishermen. The Special Committee on Philippine Maritime and Admiral Zones convened to tackle bills seeking to define and declare Philippine maritime zones. The Committee on Government Corporations and Public Enterprises discussed bills seeking to amend the Basis Conversion Development Authority Charter.